World.
Such odd energies, lying here unseen.
Find and speak to Sigurd. World. Find and speak to Sigurd. 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 World.
Before crossing a new threshold, take care, for it is difficult to know what foes lie in wait beyond.
Find and speak to Sigurd. World.
Not.
Find and speak to Sigurd. Find and speak to Sigurd. Find and speak to Sigurd. Find and speak to Sigurd.
Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I'll tell all my friends of this fortune. I thought you were a cheat, a swindler,
Find and
but you
speak
were
to
right.
Sigurd.
Lord, light your way.
Find and speak to Sigurd.
What has spurred his little heart?
Ah, my soon-to-be highly coveted elixir. You see, one gulp puts you to sleep, and when you wake up, you are suddenly richer.
I have not heard this ruse before.
It sounds like one I know, and I cannot explain how it works, but it does. Take that gentleman's elation as proof. He and many others have returned to me, all with different tales to tell, but all wealthier in the end.
Let me try the elixir.
All right. Give me the elixir.
I don't have any on hand. To brew this elixir involves great risk. You must be certain you are up for the challenge.
Won't know until I hear it.
Very well. There are two crucial ingredients you must bring me. Bear testicles and fresh lichen.
I'm interested.
Where can I find these ingredients?
There's a den just west of here where the bears have taken a liking to winter chanterelle. As for the lichen, you can find some growing in the well outside. Be careful.
Elixir ingredient lichen. Press circle close. I discovered some peculiar looking lichens on my walk the other day. Even more of note was their nutty aroma. Perhaps due to the shade of things by the old well they grow in. I picked a few and kept them in water instead of drying them out. This should increase their potency.
Lichen for the alchemist's elixir.
World. Find and speak to Sigurd. Find and speak to Sigurd. Find and speak to Sigurd.
Here's what I needed from the bear.
Find and speak to Sigurd. Find and speak to Sigurd. Find and speak to Sigurd.
Here, I have brought what you asked for.
Very good. Let me get to work. I will have the elixir ready shortly. There we have it. One elixir of miraculous wealth. Enjoy.
Looks as though this one took the elixir as well.
Adventurer's note, press circle
Ended up
close,
here,
it worked.
but
That
could not get back out. I should return to the alchemist, see if he knows what happened.
find and speak to Sigurd. Find and speak to Sigurd. Find and speak to Sigurd. Find and speak to Sigurd.
Fucking alchemist.
Find and speak to Sigurd. 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 Find world. Find and speak to Sigurd. 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 World. Find and speak to Sigurd. 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 World. Find and speak to Sigurd. 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 Find and speak to Sigurd.
Let the wind tickle my skin forever. I made you what you are. My principles led to your great nudity. To all tyrants of God, you know you are vile garment mongers. And you will know my name is Winchell the Rogue Free. Let the wind tickle my skin forever.
Why are you naked?
Because my uncompromising lack of clothes brings me joy. Yet my very own sect of pious nudists tossed me aside.
Nudists. Those who bare their skin for pleasure.
Indeed, we bare our skin at all times in the tradition of great Greeks and Romans. Yet some say I am too enthusiastic. Nude in prayer, at meal times, at work, in the streets and alehouses, everywhere. For Jesus loves us best as we were born. But the group I founded has expelled me. Oh, if I could exact revenge, steal their clothes and render them nude forever, I would.
Find and speak to Sigurd. Find and speak to Sigurd.
Dear friend, relax your...
Oh, that's...
Out! Damn you!
Oh, that's the crate where we put our clothes. Feel free to store yours in there, too. Just put your... Hey! Stop that! Put it...
Our clothes! Leave them! Stupid thief! Scum thief!
Find and speak to Sigurd.
Quick, find shelter!
Find and speak to Sigurd. 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 Find and speak to Sigurd.
Dear friend, relax your butt.
Oh, that's the crate where we put our clothes. Feel free to store yours in there too. Just put your... Hey!
Our clothes! Leave them! Stop it, thief! Garth thief!
Let the game go. Don't we know in society will see us. Find shelter.
Now you're nude forever, as Winchell wanted. Now they will adhere to your principles.
Yes! You have carried out my revenge. Wonderful. Now they must revel in their nudeness forever. If you like, I have a luminous text with my teachings, a breviary of why one must trust their body's exposed sinew. Enjoy.
Be well, Winchell the chest free.
World. Redwalda suggested power 90. Redwalda's father was a wealthy lord, whom Redwalda murdered in his bed, not for any inheritance, for the pleasure of it. Hold cross fast travel. Find and speak to Sigurd. Scouting report. Rest circle closed. A small Ragnarsson troop.